Hello everyone and welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be predicting the scores of week 25 of this, the 2018-2019 Premier League season. Now, as you can see, Nathan isn't with us this evening. He's always engaged. He's got a little bit of homework that he needs to get finished this evening, so it's just me you're left with tonight. He has passed on his predictions for this forthcoming week and we'll get around to them very soon. It's usually at this point in the video that we look back at how well we've got on in the previous week. However, it is Wednesday evening, it's just gone 7:30 and there's 4 more matches in this game week to play. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to push this little section to the end of the video, wait for those games to finish and just record that little segment at the end of this video. But without further ado, let's crack on with week 25. So first up, we've got Spurs against Newcastle at Wembley, of course, in the lunchtime kick-off. Spurs being dumped out of both the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. FA Cup, it was against Crystal Palace, of course, they lost 2-0. And in the Carabao Cup, they lost on penalties against Chelsea. I think Son is now back from the Asian Cup. Dele Alli is still out. Harry Kane is still out. So they struggled a little bit in the last week or two. Newcastle have been excellent. Last night they beat Manchester City, pretty much handing the title to Liverpool, depending on how Liverpool get on this evening. If they beat Leicester, then I can see it very difficult there for Manchester City to catch Liverpool then with that 7-point gap. But in this fixture, I think Newcastle, they have had 2 positive results, one against Cardiff a couple of weeks ago, and as we said, against Manchester City last night. But I think in this match, I can see Spurs winning 2-1. I think historically, Newcastle have struggled a little in London getting results. Nathan has also gone for the same scoreline, and he agrees with me, and he's gone 2-1 as well. Next up, we've got the first of the 3 o'clock fixtures, and that's Brighton against Watford. Brighton last night lost against Fulham. They went 2-0 up in the first half, and then Fulham came back. Great result for Fulham in that one. Brighton playing Watford. Watford sort of form up and down. They do find themselves in 9th position at the moment, Watford. They are playing this evening as well, so I'm not sure what sort of state Watford are going to be in on Saturday. So for that reason, they've had a day less rest, the Brighton as well, even though Brighton, I think they've lost 3 on the bounce now. Yeah, they've lost 3 on the bounce, haven't won in 5 matches now. So I think it's going to be a stalemate, and I'm going for a 1-1 draw in this fixture. And Nathan agrees, he's actually gone for a 1-1 draw as well. Next up, we've got Burnley against Southampton. Burnley last night carving out a draw against Manchester United. They were 2-0 up, of course, and really threw that lead away when, you know, in the past they may have held on to that. But Man United have been excellent since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's taken charge. Southampton find themselves in 17th position. They're playing in a real important fixture this evening against Crystal Palace, about to kick off any moment now. So in this match, I think Burnley are going to continue that fine form. I know they've drawn their last 2 matches, but I think at home they're going to be slightly too strong for Southampton, and I'm going for a 1-0 victory in this fixture, going back to how it was last season where they had so many 1-0 wins. And Nathan, he's actually gone for a Southampton 2-0 away victory. Next up, we got Chelsea against Huddersfield. Chelsea at the moment are in 4th position. They're about to kick off themselves as well this evening. Huddersfield, bottom of the league, terrible form. They've just got 11 points. They're 6 points now away from Huddersfield, and I think they're 11 points away from safety. So I can only see 1 victor in this, and I'm going for Chelsea, and I'm going for a straightforward 2-0 win. Nathan, however, he has gone for 1 goal more, and he's going for 3-0 to Chelsea. Next up, we've got Crystal Palace against Fulham. Fulham, as we just mentioned, had a brilliant result last night at home against Brighton. Crystal Palace, tough fixture this evening against Southampton, real 6-pointer there. In this fixture, however, I think overall in the past 6 or 7 weeks, Crystal Palace, you know, playing wise, they've been doing quite well. Fulham away from home haven't been that great, seem to be conceding goals as well in pretty much every fixture. So I'm going for a 3-1 2-1 win to the Eagles in this match. And Nathan, he's agreed, but he's gone for a 2-0 scoreline to Crystal Palace. Next up, we got Everton against Wolves at Goodison Park. Everton beating Huddersfield 1-0 last night away from home, so that I would consider that a good win there for the Toffees. Wolves last night had an excellent victory against West Ham, beating them 3-0, and prior to that in the league they beat Leicester City at home 4-3. West Ham, of course, in all sorts of disarray at the moment, losing last night against Wolves, losing in the FA Cup against Wimbledon as well, and Arnautovic. First there was speculation of him going to China, but last night he got injured as well. I think it's an injury to his knee, so it looks like he could be out for a little while there. But in this fixture, tough one to call. I'm going to go all square, and I'm going for a Desmond in this one. I'm going for Desmond 2-2, Everton 2, Wolves 2. Nathan, on the other hand, he thinks Wolves are going to be too strong for Everton, and they're going to go up to Goodison Park and carve out a 2-1 victory. Next up, we've got Cardiff City against Bournemouth. Last night, Cardiff were very unlucky not to get a result at the Emirates against Arsenal. They had a couple of chances in the first half. Bobby Reid missing a shot and then a header which he should have put away. They had a penalty shout as well turned down on, I think it was Niasse. Arsenal themselves had a couple of penalty shouts taken away from them as well. I think Lacazette went down too easily, but they did get that one legitimate penalty. I think it was Manga on Lacazette as well. They went ahead there, and then Lacazette, it was with a very good goal, shrugging off Bamba before shooting past Etheridge. Cardiff then came back with that goal in, I think it was the 93rd minute from Mendes Lang. In this fixture, though, they're coming up against Bournemouth. Bournemouth playing this evening, so Cardiff are going to have an extra day's rest. Bournemouth have only won once now in the last, I think it's 5 or 6 fixtures, beating West Ham, who aren't in that that great form at the moment themselves. I think Cardiff having a very difficult week. You know what's gone on at home in front of. It's going to be a passionate crowd there this weekend. I'm not sure what to expect, etc. I know they were in fine voice last night against Arsenal, so I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this fixture. Nathan, however, thinks that Cardiff are going to come through in this match, and he's gone for a 2-1 victory to the Bluebirds over the Cherries. Moving on now to Sunday afternoon, we've got Leicester against Manchester United. Leicester away against Liverpool this evening. I don't expect them to get anything out of that fixture, but you never know. Manchester United, as we said a little bit earlier, fantastic form at the moment, although Burnley held them to a 2-2 draw last night. In this fixture, I think Manchester United are going to be too strong for the Foxes. However, I think it's going to be a tight affair, and I'm going for a narrow 2-1 win there for the Red Devils. And Nathan agrees, but he has actually gone for one more goal for Manchester United, and he thinks this is going to end up as a 3-1 victory to the Red Devils. Next up, we've got Manchester City against Arsenal. Manchester City, now, as we said a little bit earlier, have they handed the title over to Liverpool? We'll see what happens this evening, if Liverpool can pull 7 points clear of the Citizens. But in this fixture, they're coming up against Arsenal. I wasn't that impressed with Arsenal last night against Cardiff. Cardiff really put in a shift against the Gunners. And in this match, I think it's a must-win game for Manchester City, and I think it's going to end up as a 3-1 win there. And Nathan agrees, however, he thinks it's going to be a little bit tighter. He's gone for goals, and he thinks it's going to be 3-2. Next up, we move to Monday evening, where we've got West Ham against Liverpool. West Ham, as we've touched on already, not in the best of form at the moment, losing Arnautovic as well, it looks like, for a little while through that knee injury. Liverpool, brilliant at the moment, especially at home. If they win this fixture, they could extend their lead at the top of the Premier League, seeing how Manchester City get on as well. And I think it's going to be a straightforward win. Liverpool very good in defence, and I'm going for a 2-0 win to the Reds in this match. And Nathan agrees, but he's gone for one more in this fixture. He thinks they're actually going to smash West Ham. The Hammers 3-0. There is one more fixture next week, and that's on Wednesday evening. Now, what we're going to do, myself and Nathan, we're going to include this in our points, but it'll probably be shown in week 27 video for yourself. I'll put this one in the description as always, but this one's going to be for fun. I'm not going to count this one in your points total for the shout out. And it's Everton against Manchester City. This takes place next Wednesday evening on 6th of September. Manchester City really need to win this fixture as well as their fixture that they've got on Sunday. And I think they will. I think they're going to go away to Everton and cover a very, very narrow 1-0 win. And Nathan, well, he said he actually thinks that they're going to demolish Everton in his own words. And he can see a 3-0 win to the Citizens in this fixture. So that concludes our predictions for week 25 of this 2018-2019 Premier League season. I hope you enjoyed the video as always. And as always, I'm going to leave a template of the fixtures in the description. All you need to do is copy and paste them into your comment. And in next week's video, if you're lucky enough to be the highest scorer, you can get a shout out in that video. Okay. So what I'm going to do now then, guys, is I'm going to sit back and watch the football this evening. Just had 2 games kick off. That's the Bournemouth versus Chelsea and the Southampton versus Crystal Palace matches. What I'm going to do at the end of the evening, I'm going to come back to you again and go through the scores. So we'll total up mine and Nathan's predictions for week 24, tell you what our scores are, and also give a shout out to the top scorer of the week for week 24. So I'll see you in a little while. Hi guys, and welcome back. It's now just after 11 PM in the evening. There's been some very interesting scores in this evening's fixtures, notably Liverpool being held 1-1 at home against Leicester, which means they're now 5 points ahead of Manchester City in the title race. Bournemouth smashing Chelsea 4-0 at home there, albeit they only had 31% possession, so it looks like they caught Chelsea on the break quite a few times. Other results from this evening were Southampton being held 1-1 at home against Palace, Crystal Palace taking an early lead in that fixture, and Wilfred Zaha being sent off late on in that match as well. And finally we've got Tottenham coming back from 1-0 down against Watford to win 2-1, and Llorente scoring what I think may be his first goal of the season. Correct me in the comment section below if I'm wrong on that. But looking at how well we've got on the predictions overall now, myself and Nathan, as you can see, Nathan's had 5 points for the week. He had 3 correct results with 1 perfect score, and myself, I just went 1 better. I had 6 points overall for this week, having 4 correct results and 1 perfect score, being the Southampton versus Crystal Palace match, which is the same as Nathan. Overall now, Nathan is on 154 points and I'm on 179 points. Looking in the comments section, I've just quickly gone through everybody's scores, and top scorer of the week is Mohammed with 14 points. And Mohammed, you also had 4 perfect scores in your predictions, so congratulations to you, Mohammed. Fantasy football wise, the points haven't been completely calculated as yet, but looking at the table as it stands, on top is Chicken Tikka Mo Salah, managed by Flynn Simeones. I think he was up there top of the table a couple of weeks ago, and had 54 points for the game week. I think he's gained another couple this evening as well, which probably put him on to 56, unless there's some bonus points to be added, which will probably put him on 1,509 points. But we'll have a proper roundup of this in next week's video. As always guys, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to stick a thumbs up if you did, and I'll see you all hopefully next week with Nathan. He should be back in the next video, and we'll both see you then.
Let